North America tour in the United States than, say, Canada. And it's hard. I think it's harder for Quebec to get things such as concerts or, like arena football. And I don't even know if their stadium's capable of that. But whatever that is, anything like that, it's easier for us to get it than them. And that's harder for them to bring in revenue.
Yeah. I do have I finally remembered what it was that I wanted to say. My original over-under was 10 years, for Vegas to make it or break it. But being that they're not in, like, Southern California, I feel like there's a little bit more wiggle room on their success, on whether or not they're successful in moving forward and how long that they stay there.
Yeah, I would agree, but I think also that you're kind of they're in a weird market. I'm not going to say LA is in a weird market because it is to a point, but they have actual residents, people from outside of LA come in and see the Kings play. They go to Anaheim games, things like that. Like as LA is a tourist destination, it is also where people live. It's hard to say that people live in Las Vegas.
Yeah, people do live in Las Vegas.
But it's on the outskirts.
Yeah, it's not like I don't even know where the stadium is going to be. I thought it was at least going to be off of the Strip somewhere.
No, it is on the Strip. From everything I've seen, it is very
terrible
close to the
idea.
Strip. Yeah, I know, like Sam Boyd Stadium, which is UNLV's stadium. It's about 3 miles from the Strip, 4 miles. I've been there a couple times.
Yeah,
it's off the beaten path.
Easily accessible because there's no traffic.
No traffic, and the highways are fairly easy to get to. But I mean, you're saying 10 years basically.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good.
I feel like it is. That's fair.
And do you think that they'll do like they did with the Thrashers, who were only around, 11 years? 99 to 2011? Do you think they'll move them in 10 years if it's not good? Or do you think in today's...
Who did they move the Thrashers to?
To Winnipeg.
Winnipeg, that's right. You know what? I think that if they don't succeed...
And then with the Thrashers, they only had one good season. I won't say good season, but they had one division championship in the 11 years of them being there, 12 years. 99 to 2011,
yeah.
So 11 years, yeah. They had one division championship, 0 conference championships, no Stanley Cups or President's trophies. But I think 10 years is good. But Atlanta, I think it all is different than what it was now. We're talking almost a little over 10 years ago that they were there, and it's a different market.
Yeah.
Atlanta to Las Vegas.
Atlanta Flames were...
Yeah,
it was a completely different market there too.
It's so different.
I don't think Atlanta, no offense to Atlanta, but I don't think Atlanta is a viable hockey city.
No, but I don't think Las Vegas is. But at the same time, who's going to be going to games there? Is it going to be tourists? Is it going to be locals? I think it really parlays back to how things are going to go.
Yeah,
who's going to the games?
Over the course of a whole season, I don't see it like if your demographic is to tourists, that it's going to fail if that's all you're banking on. But Vegas does have people living there.
And apparently their season tickets have been sold very well. Like, they sold way more than the number to get a team. Like, they had to put out reaches for that. And they've sold enough. And I won't say that they can't do it, but it's going to be hard. I think it's going to be a great product for 2 or 3 years. It's new, but if you're still having trouble after that, I think it's going to be really hard to maintain viewership on TV and attendance.
Yeah, I think that I don't know how patient their fan base is going to be.
Or I don't know what their fan base is going to be right now. Are you gonna like play into gamblers coming into town? Southern Californians around that area. You figure it's what, 3.5, maybe 3 hours to get there.
4 hours.
Like, I don't know. It's gonna be a. I think the only good thing out of this is that the NHL, who is fourth among the four major sports, they took the jump to do it first.
Okay, so in the city of Las Vegas, this is a census from 2013. So 3 years ago, there was 600,000. Yeah, let's just say 600,000 people living there in Las Vegas. Those are residents from 2013. So that's 200,000 more people than St. Louis.
Yeah.
But they've never had a professional sports team there.
I mean, they have like minor league baseball and things like that, but it's never.
They've been there.
It's not major.
Yeah, they've been there forever.
Yeah.
They're part of the Dodgers farm system.
Yeah, and it's they know it. But here's the thing too: is baseball is more popular in warm areas because it can kind of fall ball can be played a lot.
Yeah,
and hockey's a colder area thing.
Yeah, I think if you're looking to, I mean, I don't even know how much tickets are going to be, but if you're willing to pay $40 for some sweet air conditioning for a couple hours, I mean,
here's the thing that I look at right now. We're celebrating this year where we had 6 more teams come into the league. Pittsburgh, St. Louis, Philadelphia, and Los Angeles are still here.
50 years.
50 years. Do you think the Las Vegas, whatever they're going to be, are there in 50 years? Let's not even go 50. Let's go 10.
In my honest opinion, I feel like they won't make it to 25 years. And I could be very wrong, but that's just my own opinion. My opinion tells me, my gut feeling tells me that they're not going to make it past 25 years.
My gut says with today's day and age of needing to win and needing to win now, the one thing that I think that hinges on them getting free agents, because that's what it's going to come down to for the first few years, is playing off the fact that come to Vegas. Come live here. It's a fun place to live. We have so much to do. That's going to get people in trouble. They're going to have to be very smart about that. I think it takes them, if they have 5 to 6 years, I guarantee by year 8, they're thinking about moving that team elsewhere.
Yeah. I feel like if Seattle pushes for a team to be there, there'll be a team in Seattle, and by the time that they're going to move or be thinking about moving that team, they'll probably send that team to Quebec. And I would think.
Yeah, and I think Hartford. I think Quebec over Hartford. If we're talking about older places that had teams, Quebec's is right there. They want a team. They're ready. It's just their government and everything just trying to work out to get one.
Yeah. I think with everything that happened to Canada, that's why both of those teams moved. They weren't getting a whole lot of money, like just stuff with their market and everything. Their money market wasn't that great. So I think that now they're in a better place to have a team than they were when...
Yeah, they were when they moved. In 95, 96, yeah. It's a better... but you also... you kind of look at... They moved the Jets from Winnipeg to Phoenix. And while Phoenix is still having trouble, they're having trouble money-wise. They signed that ridiculous deal with the arena in Glendale. Now they're talking about moving the team closer to people in Tempe. Like, it's such... I don't know. I feel that just because you have money and you like a sport doesn't mean you need to buy a team.
Right.
Because it puts it through a lot of turmoil. And I think that's where the Coyotes are at. Coyotes are a young team. They're going to get better. They need goaltending, yes. They need a little bit on defense, yes. But they're a good team. And to keep moving this team everywhere just to try to get closer to people, it's not good.
Yeah.
It's good because you want people to come to said game. But to keep moving everything, especially from people who live outside of there that still are season ticket holders, you're possibly losing more than you're gaining.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. I think excuse me. I think it's going to be a rough couple. I'm going to say 3 years. I give whatever Las Vegas team this is. I give them. I'm going to say 5 years to make the playoffs, and if they don't within 5 years, I think there's some changes. And I know that they have a decent. They do have McPhee, who's going to be their general manager. He was the general manager from I think 97 to 2014 or something like that for the Capitals. He's a good general manager. He knows what he's doing. But they also have like some guy that's straight out of college of 24 years old doing their statistics and everything, trying to be very Billy Bean, almost athletics-esque, like beanball about it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's going to work in this industry.
Yeah. It's I feel like statistics like that.
Like I don't know if sabermetrics of hockey are going to work out.
Yeah, the sabermetrics of hockey. Hockey, I feel, is very much still in, like the stage of where baseball was 25 years ago, where it has to be visual.
Yeah.
It can't be something that is played out on a computer, worked out with numbers, because from going from year to year with a player, they're going to have 2 completely different seasons. 9 times out of 10. Like,
That's true.
Very rarely, like, you get guys like Crosby or Ovechkin that are consistently doing something every single year.
But, I mean, you do get players that are consistently consistent.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're scoring 30 goals, but if they're between 10 and 15, 20 assists, whatever. Yeah. Like, it's decent. Like, if you can be consistently consistent, that's good. But it's also, the point is, it's such a hard game. It's a game that probably, besides maybe the NFL, has more injuries. Now, maybe your time isn't out as long. It's a more physical game than the NFL. That is a proven fact. So, for in the way of injuries, concussions, because concussions are getting worse now, and the whole thing behind that, I think it's harder to find that person that's going to, like, you be your analytics star. And I don't know if you should hinge your future of a franchise on analytics.
Yeah.
It's just, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. So, kind of moving off of the soapbox, which I feel will be stomped on heavily next week.
I feel like it's going to be stomped on by everybody. But let's get to what I think is the good part about this team. What are those jerseys going to look like? But not importantly, who cares about Las Vegas jerseys? Top 5 favorite jerseys from both of us of all time.
My number 1 was from the Colorado Rockies from 1976 to 1982.
It's not a bad jersey. I like that jersey. But then I look at that jersey and I say, do I like that jersey more than New Jersey's jerseys? And I don't.
It's personal opinion.
That's personal. This is all personal opinion, I understand. But I do like how the Avalanche have brought back that Rockies-esque logo. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, incorporating it into that their third jersey now.
Which their third jersey now is probably their best jersey.
Yeah, it's super sweet. I think they can't change their name to the Rockies because Baseball.
Well, I mean, if they want to confuse people more, go ahead. The ice. It's better than